A Clay Travis challenge I want to invite you to take. So y'all might know Clay Travis. He does Outkick, the sports talk network, I suppose, is what you call it. And he also has now, him and the guy named Buck Sexton, I was going to say Buck Owens, had taken over for Rush Limbaugh when Rush died, R.I.P. Rush. Clay's a good guy, and he's one of the only guys that I listen to Clay, usually every night about 4:30 or so, he'll have a video, a 20-minute, 30-minute video, just kind of talk about the events of the day, which I very much enjoy, look forward to. Big fan of Clay. So he did his challenge. He said, how many people in his audience think that Clay can bench press his weight? So Clay's 6 foot, 185. And all these haters like, because he didn't play college football, he didn't play football, NFL, anything like that. He's not really all that of an athletic guy. He said, how can you talk about sports? You're not very athletic. Clay says, well, I can at least bench my weight. And no, you can't. Anyway, so he did a video yesterday. It was pretty funny, man. He bench pressed 185 10 times. And that's pretty impressive. He's a 45-year-old guy, 185 10 times. Apparently, the idea is only about 1% of the population or something like that can actually bench press their weight. All right. Now, I don't know that to be true. I don't know how you'd find that out. But if you think about it, with all the heavy people in the United States, the obesity crisis and whatnot, can you bench press? Let's say you're 225. Could you bench press 225? Probably not. Probably not. So Clay said, why don't we do this last night? I completely agree. Why don't we challenge people to try to bench press their weight? All right? There's two ways you can do this. And I think it's a great strategy. I'm going to encourage you guys to do it too. To bench press your weight. Give yourself a year to try to, and this is what I told my own kids. I said, man, my boys, I said, let's buy, the end of a certain time frame. For Cabin, I forgot what it was, when cross country started, and back in at the beginning of this month. I said, let's see if we can't bench press your weight. Now he's blowing through that now. He's doing 155 now. I think he weighs probably, actually, how much does he weigh? I think he's bench pressing his weight, I know that. But initially, I said, let's try to bench press 135. And now he's bench pressing his weight. That's what it is. And so we're shooting for 185 now for Cabin. I think he weighs 155. Liam, I was trying to get the same thing. Let's try to get, by the end of the year, bench pressing 135. And he's at 95 now, so he's got a little bit of ways to go. But we got 4 more months, and we should be able to get that. Liam probably weighs 145, probably something like that. So he's got a little bit of ways to go before he can bench press weight. But, he's getting there. And so the challenge at Clay is bench press your weight. So there's 2 things that can go along with this. One is you increase your strength. Let's say you're 225, and that's not light, man. I'm 180. So let's say you're 225, and you've been packing the pounds because of a crappy old job or something like that. You're not getting any exercise. Well, one of the ways we can get you to challenge yourself to bench press your weight is to start lifting, put on more and more weight. Now, if you got 225 of girth, you can put bench press 225. It's not going to happen overnight. You might have to start with just an empty bar of 45 pounds. That's okay. Everyone's got to start someplace. I bet you could probably start with 25s on each side. That's 95 pounds. Or you could also do what? You could also lose some weight too. So if you're 225, so let me get down to 205. So I don't have to bench press 225. I can bench press 205, which is 45 plates on each side plus 35 plates on each side. It's not a bad strategy, man. So you're like, okay, I'll lose 20 pounds and try to by 6 months' time, and that might be too little. I don't know. But I'll try to by, like Clay was saying, by the time, he was saying by the time the Super Bowl, that's what he said. By the time the Super Bowl comes around, that's 6 months. Let's strategize so people can bench press their weight. And if only 1% of the population can bench press their weight, again, I don't know that to be true. Let's just say 5%. That'd be one. That means if you line up 20 people, only one could do that. Only one could do that. And the stronger you are, the more resilience you have, the more confident you are. You feel better about yourself. The less likely you're going to be beaten down. That's just a fact, man. The better you look in terms of physicality, the less likely you're going to be beaten by a bunch of thugs. Now, I'm not saying they won't get you because they're running packs and they'll sucker punch, which is what they all do, and we know what I'm talking about. Sucker punching is the freaking, that's all they do, hit from behind. But at the end of the day, they're less likely to come at you one-on-one, right? Because you look good, you're big. Now, even if you're kind of heavy, that doesn't mean you can't get strong. Tons of fat guys are strong as an ox, man. Tons of them. And I wouldn't mess with them. You know what I'm saying? And can you really tell if they're strong or not just by by their heaviness? No. But you kind of can. You're like, yeah, I'm not. Like, I saw this guy yesterday. I was walking. I said, I guarantee that guy can put up 315 easy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was a big guy, big belly, but you could just tell you, big neck. He's just a big guy. And I said, yeah, and you can kind of see his shoulders and stuff. So while he had a big belly, I don't mess with anybody. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I just like the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Like my wife, obviously, first and foremost. So don't get any ideas, ladies. I know you want to. I know you want to look at these yellow, pearly yellows and say, hi, Josh. Yeah, I'm taking. See that ring right there? 25 years in 2 days. 25 years, the old buddy Josh. Man, how time flies for me. How time grinds out for my wife. She goes, I got to be married to this guy? Yeah, you sure do, babes. Sure do, Charlotte. Anyway, let's see if we can't try this. Bench press your weight by Super Bowl. And if you're doing it now, put it in the comments. I mean, try to encourage people. Like in Clay's thing, people were commenting, it was a good encouragement, man. Say, look, I started, you can say to people, I started in just an empty bar. I have a client who lives in South Alabama, if memory serves. South Georgia, I think. Husband and wife. Dude, these guys are crushing. West Georgia, that's what it is. West Georgia. Crushing. So they showed me a picture of their wedding, and they were big. You know what I'm saying? Not their wedding, their kid's wedding. Big. And and now they're not big anymore. They just went on a pure carnivore diet. And I said, and they lost so much weight. They're so much in better shape now. There's so much life expectancy ahead of them. I can't remember them specifically, but I've talked to clients before. They're able to get their type 2 diabetes under control, whatnot, just by being in better shape. I'm not saying they can bench press their weight, but they lost a lot of weight, and so now it's going to be easier for them to bench press their weight because they're not as heavy. And their heart is better. Their blood sugar is better. They got more energy. They sleep better at night. Let's try to do this. Like I said in my last video, I was walking through Walmart yesterday up in Cuyahoga County, where the hell that is. It's outside Cleveland or in Cleveland, I don't know. And just seeing all these obese people, man. Young, old, little kid. It's like one guy with his daughter, and she couldn't have been more than 10, and she's drinking a Coke, and she's just heavy. And I'm like, you're killing her, dude. You're killing her. Just let's not do this. Let's try to get in better shape, man. So try by the Super Bowl. Say, I'm gonna put a note on there. I'm gonna bench press my weight by the Super Bowl. Even if you do nothing more than get on the bench twice a week, and just, even if it's like not like a free weight thing, whatever it is, the cables, you know what I'm talking about, the Nautilus thing, it's okay, just something. Try to push up your weight. Obviously, free weight's the way to go because it takes balance and whatnot. But just try. If you got to use a Smith machine, nothing wrong with Smith machines. That's how. My max at 275, how I was getting strong was using a Smith machine, because a Smith machine can allow you to put on extra weight without needing a spotter. And what a Smith machine does is you just kind of turn the bar over to catch it. I love Smith. And people are, but not as much. I said, that's fine. I was putting up. So I was using a Smith machine at this weight room in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, where I was working out of. And I come back to Georgia and I get under my own weight. I said, oh yeah, man. So people say a Smith machine is cheating. No. I was strong. That's why I was strongest, because a Smith machine allowed me to put up weight I normally would not. If you can get the extra rep or two with an extra 5 or 10 pounds on each side, that's a deal. That's where you'll see the gains right there. No. All right, love to hear your thoughts. So join the challenge. I can bench press my weight for sure. All that. That's okay. That's great. It took me a long time of doing it, but I'm here, and I hope I'll never not be able to do that, but I throw the challenge at you, the Clay Travis Challenge. All right, love your thoughts. God bless.